Alright guys, we are going to do this video and we're going to see if this one survives on YouTube. Okay, so we're going to talk about elections and a report that's come out regarding Dominion voting machines. I'm not going to give you my opinion. I think if you're a subscriber of the channel, you're probably going to know what my opinion is by reading this report. This is going to be factual news only, YouTube, because I don't want to get this video deleted because it's important. This is really important to get out there. And I'm probably going to have to put it up on Chute or something like that as well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes on YouTube. But let's jump into it. Michigan judge allows release of report on Antrim County voting. Bombshell. Audit report says Dominion software purposely designed to create systematic Fs. And we actually have the report, which is here. We will go through that in a sec. Or at least the highlights of it anyway. So, December 14th, 2020, early this morning, Michigan State Judge Kevin Eschner, I might be mispronouncing, ordered the release of a redacted report on the results of the examination of the Dominion voting machine from Antrim County, Michigan. Antrim County is the place where alleged a software glitch in the Dominion's machine switched some 6,000 votes from President Trump to former Vice President Joe Biden. The audit of the Dominion machines was conducted on December 6th by Allied Security Operations Group, a cybersecurity firm near Dallas, Texas. The audit was requested by Michigan Attorney Matthew DePenedro. I might be mispronouncing. In a damning report, in a damning report, Allied Security Operations Group alleges that their examination revealed that Dominion voting machines were intentionally designed to manipulate votes and that are fraught with purposeful errors. We conclude the Dominion voting machine is intentionally and purposely designed with the inherent errors to create systematic Fs and influence election results. The group says that Dominion intentionally generates an enormous high number of ballot errors. We observe an error rate of 68.05%. This demonstrated a significant and fatal error in security and electoral integrity, the report reads. The experts say that the error leads to bulk adjudication of ballots with no oversight, no transparency, and no audit trail. The cyber team says based on their preliminary studies, Dominion machines should not be used in Michigan, and the results from Antrim County should not have been certified. Now, here's the question everybody needs to ask. Do you think this is only in Antrim County, or do you think that this error in programming is in every single machine that uses Dominion software? Do you think that this is an outlier, or do you think that this is something that happened in every single voting case they use Dominion software? I'm not going to tell you what I think. You let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. But if you want a hint, yeah, definitely. Now, we do actually have the full report here. It is actually, I believe, 23 pages long. So I have started skimming through it and everything like that. It's quite long and I don't have time to read all 23 pages today. Not today anyway. So we're going to basically jump down. Now, where's this error that shows it errors? Might be actually down the bottom. So you scroll down. All right, this is all just explaining what happens, how it happens. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description below if you want to read the report. So, here. So a high error rate in the election software, in this case 0.5%, reflects an algorithm used that will weight one candidate greater than the other. For instances, weight a specific candidate at 2/3 to approximately 1/3 ratio. In the logs, we identify that the RCV, or the Ranked Choice Voting Algorithm, was enabled. See image below from the Dominion manual. This allows the user to apply a weighted numerical value to candidates and choose an overall result. The declaration of winners can be done on a basis of points, not votes. This is bad. This is really bad for them. Dominion software configuration logs and the divert options shows that all write-in ballots were flagged to be delivered automatically for adjudication. This means that all write-in ballots were sent for adjudication by a poll worker or election official to process the ballot based on their voter intent. Adjudication files allow computer operators to decide whom they award the vote to. Yeah, okay. So, we received the tabulation logs in entirety for 11th of the 6th, 2020. The election logs for Antrim County consists of 15,676 total lines of the events. Of the 15,676, there were a total of 10,667 critical errors, warnings, or a 68.05% error rate. Most errors were related to configuration errors that could result in the overall tabulation errors or adjudication. These 11th of the 6th, 2020 tabulation totals were used as the official results. For example, there were 1,222 ballots reversed out of 1,492 total ballot casts, thus resulting in an 81.96% ejection rate, some of which were reversed due to ballot size exceeding maximum expected ballot size. I've already talked about the high error rate. Dominion software, I've already talked about that. In the logs, by the two of the override options were enabled on these machines, thus allowing any operator to change votes. In the logs, by all but two of the override options were enabled on these machines, thus allowing any operator to change the votes. This giving the system, the operator, the operator's cart batch to adjudicate ballots, in this case 81.96% of total cast ballots, with no audit, trail, or oversight. On the 12th of the 8th, 2020, Microsoft issued 58 security patches across 10 plus products, some of which were used for the election software, machine software, and programs. Of the 58 security fixes, 22 were patches to remove code executions vulnerabilities. So what were the rest for? We reviewed the election management system logs in their entirety from the 9th to the 19th, 2020 through to the 11th of the 21st, 2020 for the project Antrim, November 2020. There were configuration errors throughout the setup of the election and tabulation results. The last error of Central Lakes Township Precinct 1 occurred on the 11th, 21st, 2020 at 14:35:11. Notably, 42 minutes earlier on November the 21st at 1:53 p.m., a user attempted to zero out election results. There is no permission to... This is direct proof of an attempt to tamper with evidence? This is all what they're saying, guys, not what I'm saying. This is their report. Like, the basic thing is that they conclude the Dominion voting system is intentionally and purposefully designed with inherent errors to create systematic fraud and interfere incidence in election results. The system intentionally generates an enormous high number of ballot errors. The electronic ballots are then transferred for adjudication. The intentional errors lead to bulk adjudication of ballots with no oversight, no transparency, and no audit trail. This leads to voter or election something. Based on our study, we conclude the Dominion voting should not be used in Michigan. We further conclude the results of Antrim County should not be certified. This is literally the report, YouTube. This is your report. I am just reading the report. So how does this work? Basically what they're saying in the report here is that you put a whole bunch of ballots into the machine. The ballot turns around and spits out all of the handwritten ballots. Right? Concluding there's roughly around 68% of the ballots are being spat out with errors. Saying the machine says, I can't read this, I can't read this, I can't read this. Spits out all the handwritten ballots. And then what do? They go over to an adjudicator and he looks at it, he goes, yep, that one's for Biden. Yep, that one's for Biden. Yep, that one's for Biden. Meanwhile, they could be for Trump. And because there's no oversight, there's no way of notifying whether or not that was actually a legit ballot. It could be the fact that it might have been for Biden, sure. But it also might have been for Trump. And they can go through and they can claim that these votes are for anybody and there's no adjudication, there's no oversight, there's no way of monitoring it. Instead of just counting the ballots like it should, this machine keeps spitting out the handwritten ballots so that they can, quote, adjudicate it and assign it to whoever they want. And that's what this report says, YouTube. This is not me. This is what the report says. I don't know how much more proof I need to show people. I really don't. And the worst thing about this is the GOP, who aren't there to back up Trump. People at the moment are saying that they should not vote in the January 6th election for Georgia. I completely get the sentiment. I really, really do. Because the GOP that the Trump supporters are supposed to go out and vote for, they're not doing shit about this. Why would you go and vote for them when you're not going to do shit for us? How many of these reports, how many of these videos do you need to see before you get off your ass and do something? You establishment shills. But don't worry, you're going to expect everybody to vote for you on January the 6th. Or whenever it is. You won't back us up, but by golly gosh, you're demanding that we vote. I've got a finger you can sit on you and you can rotate. And unless you get off your ass and do something, I support people who don't want to vote. Is it screwed up? Yes. But at the end of the day, if you don't have our back, why the hell should we vote for you? It is infuriating the amount of deep state shills that are still in the GOP party. I tell you what, if you don't manage to overturn this election, clean the fucking House. Clean the Senate. Get rid of these Federalists out of your groups. Get rid of all these deep state swamps. Get rid of people like Bolton. Why did you put Bolton in your cabinet? Oh, because they're investigating you for Russia. Who cares? Let them investigate. And I'll tell you what, if you don't manage to overturn this election, Trump, pardon everybody. Pardon everybody and hand those things out like you're raining money. I want to see pardons falling from the sky. Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning. That guy that was on the submarine who took a photo to send his kid, I think he's been released now. Hell, give him a Christmas pardon. Make it rain pardons. And clean and declassify everything. Burn the establishment to the ground. Because reports like this are infuriating. We know what they've done. We know how they did it. But the GOP won't get off their keister and do something about it. F you. And I'm sorry if you want people to vote for you on January the 6th. Fucking stick it up your ass. I don't blame people for wanting to boycott the vote. And if you don't win, maybe you should have done something when you had the chance. But that's me. That's the rant for the day, I suppose. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. At the end of the day, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next video. There's only going to be 2 videos today. This is the first. The second one, I'm going to record in a bit. I want to go and have something to eat and cool down. And I'm not a very happy boy at the moment. I'm really not happy. This is just infuriating. The more I read about this, the more I'm just like, what are you doing, GOP? Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, have a great night and enjoy.